Well, hello. Talk about stressed out. I was 5 minutes late. And then, so I have an external camera, which is a down camera if I want it to be to do jewelry. That's excellent. It's not here, it's at my dad's. I always use my webcam. And for some very strange reason, my computer wouldn't let me use my webcam at all. So for the last 15 minutes, me, a non-technical person, has been trying to figure that out. And I think it turns out that this external camera I have was trying to force me to take a survey. And until I said no 5 times, it just wouldn't let me access my webcam. I don't know, y'all. So now I'm like 20 minutes late and I'm so sorry. I have a 3-hour Wednesday prepared. It's going to be like a Friday. I have so many items, a lot of them new, and I'm ready to go. But being 20 minutes late, it's overcast and raining here. I know my internet is grainy. So please, friends, hello. If you note that I'm freezing a lot or my internet just flickers off, please tell me in the chat, because sometimes I know only if it goes completely out. Other times I don't know till I rewatch what's happening. So deep breath. This is Lucinda. This is me, Lucinda. Yep. Speaking about me like I'm not here. This is Lucinda. I am Lucinda. And today is my almost everything jewelry sale. I live in California. I ship from the San Francisco Bay Area. I bill through Pirate Ship to save you on shipping. I invoice every 2 weeks. So the next time I will be invoicing for all my sales will be, hey, Carol, thank you for bearing with me and showing up. My next sale invoicing will be the week of September 22nd. And shipping will also be then. I do not know if I'm having another sale next week. I am not having one Friday. Today's the big day. Shipping is not included if you bid on and win an item in this auction. Yeah, and I do build a box for 2 weeks so that it saves you on shipping if you want to get multiple items during that time. And it saves me time on invoicing and packing. So it's kind of a win-win. If I don't know you and you bid on an item and win tonight, I will need you to email me down there your YouTube name, your real name, your address, including zip code, so I can figure out shipping, and your PayPal email. You can check out as a guest on PayPal if you would like. But that's the only app I use. I don't use Venmo or Cash App or any of that. I use PayPal. Simple, easy, covers me, covers you. And again, if my internet is stopping or glitching a lot, please tell me. Please tell me. I do not do recaps ever, unless I'm with someone else and they want to do that. So if you come in late and you go to your settings wheel and go fast forward and see an item you're interested in, drop it in the chat and I will bring it back up. If you saw an item in the preview that I dropped on my community tab that you're interested in looking at, drop it in the chat. Okay. Yeah. I think that's it. So I am going to start with a big item, and I have a lot of big items and some smaller items, but by big, I mean cool, fun stuff that I really love, stuff that gets me excited. I only see a couple people here, but that's okay. People will come in and out, and they'll either fast forward and they'll see what they're missing, or they won't, and I'll bring it back another time. It's all good. So hello to whoever is here, including Carol and me, myself, and I. And I also do apologize that I don't have a brighter light up here. I need to get a ring light for up here now that winter is coming up. So my first item, I am my mod. I forgot. I am my mod. So bear with me. Starting bid of $33. So this is stunning. It's got one tiny flaw, but that's not surprising, and it doesn't detract in any way. It is this glorious celluloid calla lily pin, gold tone with green and yellow enameling, so to speak, on the leaves. 3 rhinestone each side of each celluloid yellow calla lily. The rhinestones are like a light periwinkle color. Absolutely gorgeous. There is no maker on this. I was surprised. The pin back is slightly through, so it's not a safety clasp. It's celluloid. I'm going with very early 1950s. I don't think 1930s. I think 50s. The flaw that it has is right there. You see right there? There is a crack on the celluloid. What I believe, and that's why it's starting at 33. What I believe happened here is that someone was wearing this or put it down and just managed to press the yellow. It's thick cellophane, but managed to press that up against the leaf, and it just made that little crack. It doesn't detract from it on the front at all. You can barely see that there's a tiny little crack, but it really honestly just looks like the yellow colors being pulled up and through. It is a nice sized brooch. I got to bring my computer a little bit closer to myself. It's a little hard to, I hope. So as usual, I'm not seeing the colors coming through well, but often on YouTube, they come through just fine. So see on the pin back, let's see if you all can see it. Well, you can't, but the pin comes through just right there. And then you see the rivet construction to hold the celluloid calla lily part on, and it attaches to the rhinestones that come up and through. And it is my first banging item at $33. And here's a very good question. I'll give you a measurement and then I'll move on. But where's my little measuring tape? Aha. There we go. That would help. It's always good to have a measurement. Oh no. It is 2.5 inches long by almost 2 inches wide. So it's a really nice size one. 2 and okay. I will put it down in the unsold box. Remember, I don't do recaps. So if you change your mind later, please let me know. I need to scoot that over just a little bit. I was so frantic trying to get on because my webcam, it just made no sense. Okay. So how about these? So the starting bid for this will be, what did I do? Nobody knows. Y'all should see me over here. It's pretty funny. I am so grainy. I apologize. I hope I don't look that way to you. Starting bid for these is $15. They are from the 60s or 70s. They have that lovely plastic sound. If you like that sound, y'all, anyone who's been with me knows I love plastic. I love this sound. I have so many of these, or I would be keeping them. This is for the set of the yellow. I don't like to get into this, but everyone does it. So they're great fall, Halloween, but to me, it's just year round, depending on what you're wearing. So here is the yellow. You can see, hopefully it has a seam. So it's molded together. That's what dates it to late 60s, early 70s for me. Here is the peach. It is the lightest of the three. And here is the red. It's a cherry red. Let's see if this piece of paper will help with color. Yeah, a little bit. It's a cherry red. This one is a tiny bit smaller. Let me keep this over here than the others. See if you can see that. Just a tiniest bit. But I will tell you that they fit, all three fit over my wrist easily compared to, you see these tiny Bakelite spacers? These have much more room. And you see how the red is shorter? So this is probably, and I know I need a bangle measure. I'll give you the inside dimensions. This is probably a 6.5, and this is most likely 7.5 to 8. So this would be a small, ladies, and these would be small to just medium size, if what I just said is true. So let's see if I know what I'm talking about. I often do, but I also don't always know. So the inside dimensions of the larger ones is 2 3/4. 2 3/4. The entire dimension is almost 3.5. Okay, if that helps. On the orange and yellow, and they're nice thick and they make the most loveliest sound. The inside dimension on the red is 2.5 and 3 1/4. So see, it's just that 1/4 inch smaller on the red. So $15 starting bid for the set. They are lovely. And I have a ton of these bangles, or I wouldn't be getting rid of them. So I will put those aside. Do you all see this beautiful bracelet that I bought from Tanya, My Jewelry Addiction. Tosco, old green, what they call glass jade, or perhaps onyx. I've had a pin that is the same design for like 35 years. I didn't know there were any other pieces in this line. Isn't it just yummy? 925 Tosco. Just wanted to show that off. Oh, and by the way, for any of you that know Tanya and follow her, please say some prayers. Please go over to her community tab and give her some love. That's all I want to say, because it's I can't talk about it. So please do. I would appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. So let's move on from that item and put a starting bid in of $30. Thank you all for being here. Is everyone having a good day? Is it rainy where you are? I mean, summer's not over. I don't know what's going on. But it was really nice and warm up here while I was down in the city, and it was nice for a couple days. And then now today it's, mid 60s. Maggie? Hold on. Sorry, I have to yell at my cat. She's tearing up the chair. She knows better. And drizzling. Okay. So this is what started at 30. Boy, I'm grainy. This is fabulous. This is a really interesting and unique design. I've seen a couple others, and that's it. In the time that I've had this, I've had this piece for over 20 years, probably about 25. This is plastic. It very well may be a I hate to say this with any great authority. It could be a thicker celluloid. I would kind of lean more towards a lucite. It's a little tough to say exactly what type of plastic this is. It has like a heart, and then these really nice rhinestone drops in each one of them. There is no maker on this. Wow, Carol. The extension and just the end of the necklace is beautiful with this acorn drop, silver tone. And then look at that chain. It's really, really well done. Now, maybe I'm just totally wrong, and there is a name on here. Okay, there you go. Been here, done that with this one. That's why I was like, wait a minute. They only have one bar of internet. That's not good. And it says, hold on. Oh, good Lord. I think it says Japan, but let's just double check. I'm pretty sure it says Japan. And so it's not a repop. This was made, I would say, probably late 50s. So that's why the plastic is harder to determine. And it is, God, StreamYard's so backwards. It falls right at the top of my collarbone if I'm going right to where the acorn is. If I wanted it tighter, I could make it tighter. But I don't like things that are that tight on me. It's a gorgeous piece. Let's see if I can make it more centered. Other way. There you go. There you go. See that? Beautiful piece. Every stone is there. Nothing's missing. You don't know what's going. Wait a minute. What? Hold on. Oh, wow. Okay. I take that back. You know what? This has happened in the time that it has been sitting out, taken out of my box. And that sucks. So, no. This one right here has its stone missing. It is just tiny little white rhinestone chip. Nothing very special about it. You can replace it yourself. Or, and I'm going to lower the price a little bit because of that. And if anybody buys it, Earthbound, hello, honey. If nobody buys it, I will put it in my to be repaired, and I will repair it later. And so what did I say? 30. Let's go with 24 because of that. And like I said, if nobody buys it, I will put it with my stuff to be repaired, and I will put in a rhinestone. Because while they are prong set, I can easily do that. Okay, so that was that item. Hello, Earthbound. How are you today? How's it going? Is everything all right? Let me put this back in its box. Is it raining where you are? I'm taking a poll. Like, what's up with everyone's weather? Okay, I'm going to bring this. And I don't think I already wrote it down. I wrote some things down in advance yesterday. Earthbound. That counts for a lot. Okay, let's see. Did I write this down? If I did, and then I wind up coming back to it, and I'm going totally out of order at this point. And I come back to it, and you guys say, you already showed that. Just let me know. Okay, and then I'll get back on track. And this one has kind of matching earrings. I can't be sure if they were meant to be the exact set together or not. I think so, but I'm not positive. So I'm gonna instead of selling them as a set, I'm gonna let all of you decide by selling them one at a time. Copper. Anyone who comes to my channel knows that I love copper. I love copper. I love plastic. I love custom. I love antique. I love jewelry. Okay. And this is what it is. Untwisting it. Bright triple triangle. Early 50s, possibly late 30s. Copper necklace. This is a nice big one. It has a teeny tiny fold over clasp. Oh, good, Earthbound. I'm glad. I've been worried about you. There's the finding. I'm sorry that that you're going through this, but you're at the right place and you're in the right hands. So that's what's important. I want to open this. You guys have no idea that weird stuff that is happening to me today. Okay, I cannot read a maker on here. I feel like there used to be one inside this tiny little fold over clasp, but I don't see it. You know that I don't polish anything. This piece is over here. So some of that looks like pitting. It's just wear, and if polished it, I'm pretty dang sure, because it's 100% copper, it would all come right back. See how on the back, how it's like that? That's just aging. It's put together with these very thin, fine, crimped over pieces of copper. Where's the one that looked? Oh, here you go. This one. That's the only one that has this, and it's up on the back side of your. Ooh, there's the copper. There you go. Nice. I love it when my computer actually shows things in the right color. I wonder how that magically happened. I need to remember that. Okay. And then I'll give you dimensions. It does, earthbound. Look at that. Pretty much the same as the last one I just had on, which is very common. This was the lynx, very common in the early 50s. Moved out of the Victorian age, moved out of the long flapper into these short chokers. It is right at my collarbone. Oh, earthbound, say hi to Dad. Please go visit with Dad. That's very important. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Go visit with Dad. And please let us know how you are. Prayers and big hugs. Okay. So it is a 15.5 inches altogether. 15.5 inches altogether. So I will show you the matching earrings. So this started at 36. And I will show you the matching earrings because I think they match and they go together. Uh-oh. And they are gonna start at 20. When this stuff is out there, it's just getting harder to find. And these are Renoir. The other one was not. So what does that mean? Oops, upside down. It means that despite the fact that I got them as a set, they were married. They were put together as a set because they look really good as a set. But these are Renoir, and that necklace was not. Beautiful. See the triangles with the circle. So kind of makes sense. Someone would think, oh, they go together, and there's the copper color. It's all copper, just like that. It is not brass tones. No, it is not. No, it is not. Does that help? Yes. Bright copper. Really pretty. I love the design of these. And if you were, I mean, you can just hoard these. The value is never going to go down on this piece. You can also, they just kind of slowly inch up over the years. I mean, I think when I bought these 20 some odd years ago, I might have paid $12. So over 20 years, they've gone up a little higher than I'm asking. So they're one of those things you just can collect. It has patina. These are 80 years old. That's pretty old. And if you wanted to, you can always do this. You can always wear these things as a clip. Boom. Done and done. I think they're about an inch. Oh, I'm so glad to be here, y'all. I'm so glad to be home. I'm going to a rodeo this weekend. Well, it's Mendocino County's Apple Fair and Rodeo. So you have the whole little kids, you know, who are entering their giant sheep or their huge cows, and they're only like 5 years old, and they're leading around this cow in the ring to show it off, or they've got a chicken under their arm. There's the giant pigs. It's a lot of lamb and sheep. This valley used to be almost exclusively sheep and apples and logging. Now it's turned into one of those, you know, mostly winery type places with a lot of small farms trying to stick to what they've always done. So it's a little over 1.5 inches long, these earrings. So I'm really going to enjoy the fair. I'm here to tell you. I'm not into rides. I like the games. I like the rodeo. I like the little kids. I like the music. I like the artisan stuff. Food is okay for a day, but then, you know, you want to be done with it. It's our 100th year anniversary of this fair as well. So that will be cool. I wonder if they'll do anything special for it. I don't know, but maybe. Okay. So those are what I consider to be a set, a married set, if you will. Boy, my internet just goes down and all around. I'm so sorry. Again, please tell me, any lurkers, if it's just stopping and freezing all the time, because that's going to drive me nuts. All right. Items today are, you know, a little bit more expensive than in the past. And others will be, you know, in that reasonable place. This has to go at this price. And if I bring it a few times and it does, you know where it's going. Right here. Right here. I didn't even realize I wore my silver sweater with my halo silver nail polish. That wasn't intentional. I was just cold. Anyone here like the rodeo? You like the little kids in 4-H? Any of you ever been in 4-H? That's a question. Okay. I do have one of those roach clip holders. Okay, look at that. Just take a pause and look at that. It is not signed. It's not. You would think, I would think, Juliana, one of these very fine makers, but it is not signed. It's incredible. And I'm asking a lot. I paid up for it. I'm not making a lot back. But before I just take it and start wearing it, I thought I'd offer it to someone who collects these brooches. There's only so many of this type out there. Not that there aren't a lot, but there's only so many. And they keep going up in price because they're so popular. So this is this incredible aquamarine blue. This is a very light kind of green blue. And then you got the grass green. Another two dark like aquamarine blue and a periwinkle purple at the bottom. Gold tone. It's fabulous construction. Just, I mean, this is the type of thing. Like I said, I paid up. I am not making very much money on this at all. But I wanted to offer it to you before I keep it. It's even got the 2 flower branches like a real bouquet. It's open in the back to let the light really shine through on these stones, on the big ones. The small ones are closed. Doesn't have a maker. And the pin, you can see right there, sticks out. So, early 1950s, possibly late 50s, possibly. If it had a maker, I could pinpoint it exactly, but it does not. It's a very large one. Very large. And it just sparkles like crazy. It does not glow. I've already checked that. And it is 3 1/4 inches tall. Yeah. Hello, everyone who just came in. 3 1/4 inches tall and about 2 inches wide at its widest. And I know I'm asking $55 for it. It's worth it. Okay. Anyone change their mind? You know where to find it. So, did anyone go to 4-H, raise pigs or chickens, have a big old cow? Sometimes like a 7-year-old will win with their huge dairy cow, and they have to come into the main ring on the big night of the rodeo, Saturday nights, and they're tugging this cow to get it from way over there to in front of the stands. And I just always want to run out there and help them. It's the cutest thing ever. Okay. It's a great way to learn responsibility, I'll tell you that. Okay, this is a starting bid of 28. 28. And where is it? I have a lot of really interesting things. And I plan to be on until 5. We'll see what happens. Where'd it go? Okay, where are you hiding? Right here. If it was a snake, yada yada. Jason. Yeah, I could dig it. Thank you for listening, honey. I hope your day is going well. And Jason, I'm in deep prayer today. And I'm sure you know why I'm in prayer and very sad. Kisses, friend. Okay, so this starts at 28. It's hard for me to date this one, okay? And again, there's no maker. It looks very easily like it could be a repop, but it is not. And I'll tell you why I think that. I love this piece. I really do. Look at that. It sits up so high, and it's a heart with an arrow. I mean, this would be incredible at Valentine's Day, but any time of the year, give your partner, give your lover a heart pin. The red, these are all glass. This one too. Hold on. Yep. These are all glass rhinestones. There's even a rhinestone in the tip of the arrow. I just think it's so well constructed. Got tons of color with gold tone. And again, because it's so cloudy up here, it's very washed out, I'll be ordering a ring light tomorrow. You can see even in the cloud. Look at that. Man. So here's the back. Now, there's very nice puddling. It's constructed really well. But then the pin, this part, is very, thin, kind of chintzy. And so you're like, well, yeah, that's that's a repop. But then it has this type of clasp. There's no safety clasp. It just hooks in right here. So, and this is what's supposed to kind of, help to stop it, this little bump up. So that, here's how you open it. That is what makes me feel, like if this was a Joan Rivers repop piece, her name would be on it. It's not. If this was, the reproductions that they made in the 90s and the 2000s, it just wouldn't be constructed as well as it is. It wouldn't have these incredible, these are these rhinestones are so shiny. And they're so well done. And they're glass. They're not plastic. Then you've got this and this here. I don't know the exact date of this. 70s? 60s? The clasp really throws me. But the construction is so well done. I wish there was a maker. And it's big. I'll give you a measurement. And then we can move on. Is anyone here because they're interested in anything in particular? If you're interested in something in particular and not all these brooches and whatnot I brought so far, please let me know. The arrow is 3 inches long. And the heart is 1.5 by 1.5. So it's a really big, beautiful piece. It just is. It's a statement all by itself. Fact of the matter is, I might wear this to the rodeo while I watch the men and women performing their horses. Yep. Okay. Putting her down. Putting her down. Well, I'm batting 0 right now, but I'm not giving up yet. I'm not giving up because I'm not. This is it. I am at taking a much needed break from life after this. Going to the rodeo Friday and Saturday, maybe the sheepdog trials in the morning on Sunday. Next week, I want to go up to the beach, up the coast to the little town of Mendocino. I just need to breathe and refresh, y'all. Reset. Okay. What is next on my list? Blue, sapphire, cabochon, blue. No, I'm going to wait for this one. I'm going to, I've just shown a bunch of brooches and, oh no, this is a bracelet. Oh, good. Okay. I dropped my pen. I'll be back from underneath my magical desk in a minute. Where is it? That's ridiculous. How far can I got to get up. I'll be right back. Don't go away. Have a sip of beverage. Wow. Just went flying all the way under another chair over here. The pen decided that I needed some exercise. Okay. So Jason, yeah, you're listening and working because you and Jeremy just had that huge sale. So I bet you're working. I just paid my bill. I'm looking forward to what I'm going to get too. Okay. This, I told you, a lot of the items I brought are at the higher end of the pricing. But I also have items over here that are in medium. And most of the items I'm bringing have room to, well, either you can recoup your money and have them as flash if you're a reseller and just sell them at price if you just need flash, or they have room to make money. Okay. Most of the items, not all. This, I love it. I love it, y'all. Starts at 50. Here's the back. It is so well made. One of the things to me, now, this is just my opinion as someone who loves this type of joy. When they're able to have these big cabochon and these large rhinestones welded together with these much smaller ones and hanging freely like that, so it still articulates, yet doesn't come apart after 50 to 60 or more, because I think this could be as early as 30s planet, they've done something right. Okay? They've done something right. I cannot, now this could be, it's no earlier than the 50s, but I think it could be much earlier. It has no maker. It's so frustrating. Look at how they constructed this to put the locking fold over clasp, and then those are just metal bumps. So because they're just metal bumps and not rhinestones, we know, even with it not being signed, that it's not a high-end maker, like really high, in the 50s, because it would have had rhinestones they would not have done metal after all the work they did. They just simply wouldn't have. But does that make this any? And here is the connector, same style. And this is thin metal, but very well attached. It's not going anywhere. And this style, to me, it could be 1960s. It could. It's hard for me to date this, but here's what I want you to see. This is outstanding. Look how big those stones are. The blue, of course, the dark blue, and even the light blue on the sides right here. They are huge stones. They very, look at the sparkle, look at the cut. So the faucets, these are facets are incredible. And I know you're like, $50. Are you crazy? And I'm like, no, I actually think I am. And again, at $50, I'm not making a lot. But I'm offering it to all of you before it goes into my permanent collection. Like I said, I bring things a couple times and then I don't. Then it gets put away. I wear it and I play with it until at such a time I'm ready to let go of it. And this one I bought for myself. But then I thought, let me give my friends a chance before I hidey hole it away. It is a small. I am a small, and this just barely has one finger. So it is probably 7 inches, but I'll give you the minutes. Okay. And here's how it looks closed. And I'm thinking 60s now that I'm looking at it, but it's very high end. For the life of me, I don't know why it's not signed. The stones are all in perfect condition. I love it. I love it. Nobody else loves it. Anyone interested in jewelry today? You might not be. With the clasp, it is 7.5 with the clasp. So, that's my size, and that is a lady small. Okay. It will, like 6 to 7, 7.5 is essentially a small. So if you're a medium, no. Everything for the most part, unless it was a cuff and can be adjustable, or necklaces with extenders, were made in very small sizes for the most part. Okay, it's going away. It's going away. Okay, y'all. I brought some really big, heavy hitters, so to speak. So I'm going to bring something playful. I'm going to bring something fun. See if anyone is here because they're interested in buying, or if y'all are just hanging out with me today. And I appreciate you hanging out with me today. And no one has said to me that my internet is glitching in and out. So I'm assuming it's okay. Because you would tell me, right? Like I've asked, you would tell me. There's a little bit of sunshine. Okay, so look at this. It's new old stock. I'm a cheery little bird who loves to hop and wiggle. To see me do my special dance, just give my cage a jiggle. There's a little bird in its little cage. It is made by Avon, New York, 1975. Look, Avon has a bad rep. Avon did a lot of stuff for high-end makers that was really fantastic. They also just did a lot of stuff that was like common household, who cares? They also did a lot of really cool kitsch. And so to me, this is a crossover piece. This is jewelry and kitsch. And I love kitsch. I like ephemera. I like naughty ephemera. You know, the pin-up girl calendars, and you know, there's a lot. I like the old 1900 postcards and Christmas cards, and you know, I like a lot of stuff. So here's the back of the cage with the pin, 1975 Avon. Just basic. Now check out the bird. Here's a little bird. He's just hanging out. And then you jiggle him. Hold on. And he keeps jiggling. He's like, let me shake him. See? So as you walk, he jiggles. If I just bounce him up and down in front of you, I don't know. See how he just keeps jiggling? It's like he's supposed to be like on his little swing perch. So see how he just keeps jiggling? I mean, he jiggles like crazy. He's hilarious. He is hilarious. If you like collectible jewelry and kitsch, this is in the kitsch world, this is very desirable, okay? So it's a fantastic crossover. And of course, because it's got this, you could wear him as a necklace and go bounce it, bounce it, bounce it, bounce it, bounce it. It's just hilarious. And it's just a hard, oh, there we go. Look, if I do this, see that? Hi, Earthbound. It's hilarious. It just makes me happy. I don't know. And it's got a little design on the bottom of its cage. And the bottom is white. So do what you want. Conversation piece, y'all. Conversation piece in its original box. What more do you want? 1975. 25, almost 50 years old. Oh my God. This is almost 50 years old. Wow. I have to take that in. That's kind of upsetting. It is the Bob and Robin. Yep. This little guy, I brought him for fun today because I always want something that makes me laugh. But if nobody takes him today, he's going over on my shelf with all my little things because it's just too. In this in 75 years. This is going to be worth a lot of money then. This is just boom. Okay, he's going over here, not down in the not sold bowl. Because, and I'm crossing him off my list because he's too unless someone comes up and says, hey, I want him in this sale, he's not for sale anymore. So anyone who's come in I don't do recaps, and I've shown a lot of really outstanding higher end pieces. If you're interested, go to your speed wheel, put it on ×2 speed, zoom through, and drop in the chat something that you would like to purchase, because I will not be again this sale. And like I said, I'm not having a sale Friday. This is my Friday sale, and I don't think I'm having one next week. I might do a pop-up. I might, but I'm unclear about that. I'm unclear if I want to do that. I'm trying to just catch up to my body, trying to catch up to my soul. So I have no idea what anyone is interested in today. You know, I'm just trying to keep moving along here and see. So if anyone is interested in something particular, please tell me. Please tell me. Okay, so here you go. This is a piece that I have had for probably 40 years. And as it's getting harder for me to manipulate small things behind my neck, I'm starting to let go of some of my personal items. So and you know, there are those helper things where you can, for bracelets and necklaces, but I don't understand how to use them. And I've had this a long time and I've loved it. So it is gold tone with blue enamel inset on every other link. It is probably 60s because the construction is just a little bit less refined. It has no maker. It has teeny tiny little jump rings to connect the pieces. There is no discoloration. It's a very fine, very slender chain. And I'm going with late 60s, maybe early 70s, mid 70s, but I don't really think later than that. And it's just this gorgeous blue. It's a deep, deep blue with the gold. See there? I will give you an idea of what it looks like on my neck, and then I'll tell you the measurements, and we will move forward. So there you go. Again, that whole standard size hitting right at my collarbone. It's very dainty. It's very delicate. $20. I can't remember. I don't remember what I paid. I picked this up at a thrift store somewhere one day. I cannot remember. And I'm on that it's probably the mid 70s to late 60s based on the construction, but it's possible that it's much earlier and the construction is like that because it was just more cheap done. I don't know. 17 inches. So it's actually a little bit longer. Didn't seem like that on my neck, but I guess it did actually go all the way to here instead of up here. So 17 inches around. So math, a little over 8 inches each side. It's just simple and pretty. $20. Okay. Hello to anyone who's here. Oh, Earthbound, are you bored in there? You may be not feeling well enough to be bored. I do not know. Okay. Well, I don't want to do that yet. I want to absolutely. Oh, okay. Let's do a cheap. That's not cheap. Cheap is not the right word. Let's do a lower end price item. Lower end priced item. If I can find it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I have all these things. Did I wrap it? Did I? No. Where'd it go? Did I decide not to do it? I did not. Here. A lot of brooches this sale. A lot of brooches. Okay. Starting bid on this one. And it has a maker on the back. I cannot read it. I tried and tried and tried, and I will try it one more time, y'all. One more time. But I can't. I have a loop with the lights. I have my magnifying glass. The closest I can get is Rona, R-O-N-A, Bona, B-O-N-A, Roma, R-O-M-A. That's the closest I got. Not a clue. And the pin does stick out of the safety clasp just a little. So it is a vintage something. But I cannot figure out the maker. It is this raised green. Are they both there? Just checking. Yeah. It is this raised green enamel. Three-leaf clovers. They are not 4-leaf clovers. Why? Good question. I would have made them 4-leaf. Lucky clovers. The two larger ones, so there's the large one, the medium, and the baby. This one and this one have a little white stone in the middle. The new baby doesn't warn one yet. They have the detailing on the leaves in the metal, and then they put on this like kind of it's either enameled or like a plastic or shellacked over paint. It's hard to decipher. It doesn't look like the enameling I'm used to. You see the shininess? Then it has that bouquet kind of swag, like the older, beautiful floral pins have down there at the bottom. You like that bound? And then on the back, up here is the maker's name. But I cannot read it. I did the best I could. And then the pin sticks out enough to poke my finger, so it's not a safety clasp, even though the pin is a little cheaper. And it's a little guy. That's a little guy. I'll give you a dimension. I think it's really cute, Earthbound. And, you know, while I love all the higher end stuff like you know, this Tosco, Mexico bracelet, these Bakelite spacers. Those, just these, where'd they go? Just these 1960 molded clinky clanky bracelets. I like stuff like that. And this, you know, it can be a $5 item. And I'm all in because it's got plastic. It's got some design appeal. It's got something that find of value. So it is 1 3/4 inches long. Oh, well, there you go. It's a really nice. It's got a tiny bit missing and about 1 inch across. It's got this tiny bit. Where is it? Right. On. I want to show you Earthbound. Right there. There's just this touch of green missing on that leaf right at the top. Very, very little bit. If no one else is interested in this piece and Earthbound is and wants to bid on it, Earthbound, I will let you have this for $10. So you let me know, okay? Earthbound needs some love, y'all. Could we give Earthbound some prayers? So if you're interested, Earthbound, you let me know. And if everyone here could throw up some prayers, some blessings for her, I would greatly appreciate that. And I bet she would as well. So Earthbound, $10 to Honey. And if you want to email me later or whatever, all of that is okay. And I'm wrapping it up. Wrapping up the pin. Okay. I'm a little loath to show more high-end items. I brought a lot of them because nobody's interested. So I'm worried that I'm bringing stuff that, you know, I'm going to show another time, which I can show another time, but I'm just worried nobody's interested. So let's see. Okay, I'll try it. Carol. Carol, would you like to gift that to Earthbound for $10? I think I'm losing money by doing that, but that's okay. Carol, just let me know before I moves on. I'm sitting on a very comfortable chair, but it's a little too low and it doesn't have good back support. So I have these pillows, but every time I move, the pillows move. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so like up, down, and all around. Carol. Okay, Carol. God bless you. Okay. Thank you, Carol. Earthbound. Gift alert. Gift alert. This will be coming back down to the city with me in couple weeks. Carol, that was really, really nice. Carol, I have your information, right? Because didn't I send you a box? Yes, no. Carol. Carol. Thank you, honey. Carol, just put in the chat. I'm going to move forward. Yes, I do. Okay. I thought I did, but then I'm like, what? I don't remember. Okay. Okay. See something. Let's do, okay. I'm a little stuck. Oh, I was going to do this. I'm kind of going out of order. So I'm going to do, thank you again, Carol. Earthbound. You're a special lady you cared about. I'm going to do this at 34. I just lowered it by a couple dollars. 34. Now, my plastic. I love my celluloid. I love my Bakelite. And I think this is Bakelite. And when I got it 30 years ago, I remember testing it, and I remember it tested as Bakelite. It has all the telltale signs of homemade Bakelite. Could it be celluloid? Maybe, but celluloid is a little more delicate usually, so I don't think so. Okay? Don't think so. I'm going to let you all decide. And $34, hands down, excellent price. Here is the red. It's that deeper in there. There you go. See that cherry kind of red? It's a bangle. And here, excuse me, is all the carving. Now, what I want you to notice, so Bakelite was done by designers, and during the war, when it became popular, it was readily available to the general public, and they made their own jewelry. So what I want you to notice is over here, how the carving right there doesn't even go all the way up. And as you go along, they tried to do an even job, but you see how that's very thin and that's thick. It's just a homemade carved bangle. It is, let me try to show you. It is deep red. It's that deep red. It is not this washed out color. And you can see there, you see all the different size, and you see how some is kind of carved in a little too deep. And it's rough. It's still rough. You can feel the roughness. It's not smoothed out. I mean, it's very much handmade. It is a nice thick bangle. It fits me with room to spare. So I will measure it, but this is a small medium. Small medium. I'm asking 34 starting bid, with the deep red color being so collectible and this being an amateur carved piece. See, like right there. I this piece, even though Bakelite has gone down a little bit, unless it's like the high art, I suspect this piece could not go for double, but at least a third more than I'm asking. It is 3 inches in the inside diameter and 3 1/4 on the outside, because it's not that thick right here. This puffs out, but this is not that thick. Starting bid of 34 Bakelite, hand carved cherry red. Bingo. Okay. Y'all, I am not getting anywhere. I'm glad you're here watching me. I'm glad you're hanging out with me. Dandy. Oh, okay. Carl, you're saying to me that I could get your information from Dandy. Got it. If I need to. Okay. But I'm pretty sure that I just shipped you something. Or I have within the last month. I think so. I think so. Okay. Well, y'all, what should I do? It's okay, Carol. Thank you. I am on such caregiver burnout after 3.5 years. My mother's 2-year passing was the end of June. And then my dad was just in the hospital, which he goes to the ER like every 2.5 months, and is in the hospital about every 4 or 5 months. And this was almost a week of him being in the hospital. And I was going to come home the day after Labor Day up here. And he went into the hospital Labor Day evening. And I was in the emergency room till really late. And then I was at the hospital every day. And then he finally got released, and I had my caregivers all set up from the agency, and I just floored it to get up here. And I've only been here a few days, and I'm just exhausted, and that's okay. I'm regrouping, but just breathing over here. Okay. Just breathing, just letting you know a little bit where I'm at right now. So if I seem a little not as perky, perk me up because I'm just some kind of something. Okay, I have brought so many of these, and then I'm going to bring some other things, and we'll just see what happens. This is, let me put in the starting bid. I'm pretty sure this is the one, pendant, brooch, sign, necklace. Wait a minute. Is that the right item? I don't think that's right. Pendant, brooch, signed, necklace. No. It's not a necklace. So this is not. Where did I put this? Hold on. That's not right. I did write a couple things down this time. I never do. But this time I did. And now I find it. You guys. See what I mean? I'm just going to put in a starting bid because this isn't right. I don't know where it is, so we're starting over. We're starting over. It's a pendant, a brooch, pendant and a brooch with beautiful in a basket, silver tone, gorgeous, starting at 26. Look at that. I didn't get the full depth of how pretty this was until I got it in my hands out of the pack. And then I was like, wow, look at the colors. Now, what's different about this is that silver tone, like fern, if you will, or dropped flowers, tiny flowers, are not rhinestones. Silver is just cut so well in these tiny little flowers that it sparkles like rhinestones, but it is not rhinestones. Then you have this incredible, like, it's lilac. The rhinestones are lilac. See that? It's deep lilac color. In this beautiful basket, here's the loop where you could put it as a pendant. And it's a big one too. Here's the back. Again, there is no signature. There is no signature. And the puddling is done so well. And I looked and looked for a signature. And it's vaguely possible that this right down here is a signature, but I got to tell you that, I mean, it looks like a signature, but it's worn. It's very worn. And the closest thing, if it is a signature of the maker, hold on, it is. Okay, so I am right. And it is, my loop, I have a loop. I'll show you. It has lights on it, and it's a jeweler's loop, but the light is so bright that it blares out anything I'm trying to look at, and you have to have it in exactly the right place, and it takes forever to use, and I'm kind of sorry I ever decided to invest in them because it's actually made my life harder. It's made my life a horror. It kind of has. Oh my God, it's made my life really difficult. Okay, the closest thing that I can get to what this says on the back, because it's so worn out, is Chew or Coro, but Coro doesn't make things like this, and I don't know who CHO would be. So it's there. Someone needs to stare at it for a long, long time, and then you can figure out what the heck it says. Where is it? Hold on. It's right here. Is that it? Hold on. Right here. Right here. Under my nail, right there. There is a signature, but I cannot make it out. Cannot. It is silver tone. It is definitely older. Let me put the pin in. It is a safety clasp. So I'm thinking 1980s. It's gorgeous. It's a big one. Let's measure how big it is. See how big it is? Beautiful. Reminds me of Christmas. Dropping things now. That's not good. I already dropped my pen. That's not good. 2¼ inches long. And then from the pendant top, if you were going to use it, down to the bottom, 2 almost 3/4. So it's just beautiful. It goes with my silver that I'm wearing. And it would make a really, let's try not to look at StreamYard when I do this. It would make a really pretty necklace as well. Okay, there you go. So I'm going to show a couple other things I brought, higher end retail prices, not retail prices, excuse me, like 2/3 price. And I'm not getting anywhere. And that's okay, because I could happily go eat chips and hummus capers right now. So I think I'm going to bring, I don't know, I'll go for 2 hours. I've been on an hour and a half, and I'll go to 2 hours, because the other thing is, as a reseller, bring all of you new things, not just the same things. So that means I go out and I invest in things in many different ways. I have multiple ways in which I do that. And so in order to bring fresh items to you, so then if I show you all this stuff, and then in 2 weeks, I need to sell that same really high-end stuff, and I bring it all back, maybe I'll have a different crowd and people will buy, but maybe all of you will be really bored and you'll be like, Lucinda, that's the same stuff you already showed me. Don't you got anything new? So 2 hours and, one little sale, it starts to be time to hold my surprises back. Yeah. Starts to be time to hold my surprises back. Let's show this. I'm in the, today is a high priced items, because that's the way it is. That's the way I set today up, especially because these are all lovely items. So I thought, well, I have all of these. They're higher end, so let's put them all together. And I'm not going to be doing a sale again necessarily for 2 weeks. So let's do it. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. All right. So this is really unusual. This is really unusual. And I didn't believe it. And I did a deep dive on the history of it to really understand what the heck I was looking at. Okay. So it is this wrapped, as far as I know, these are faux pearls. Okay. I do not believe they're real pearls, but they are very well constructed to look like real pearls. Really lovely. This is very old. Okay. This is likely either late 30s or late 40s. Here's the clasp. It is a fold over, but it has the tiny safety chain on a necklace. That's not so common. And why is this such a big deal, you may be wondering? Why in the heck could you possibly be asking $50 for this necklace? Well, I doubt you're going to be able to see this. Trying. Maybe there. It is made by Spidel. Spiedel. Copyright. Spidel. Who is Spidel? Do y'all know? Spidel came over here. Pretty sure from Germany. Could have that wrong, but I think I'm right. And made watch bands. Yep. Starting in the early 1900s. And they are still in existence today. Spidel. Watches. Watch bands. Sound familiar? They briefly dabbled in costume jewelry. And I'm talking, it was right before and right after the war. Right before the war, they briefly dabbled in costume jewelry. And it didn't do so well. And there were so many competitors out there. So they went right back to only doing watches and watch bands, which they do to this day. This piece, I cannot find it anywhere online. It is, when I say this is rare, I'm not making it up. This is incredibly rare. So this is a collector's piece. It is a cream pearl with a touch of beige. Is it real? I mean, telling real pearls is very hard, but I, they said costume jewelry, and so I'm going with costume jewelry. There is no wear to any of these little seed pearls. Somebody loved this for a long, long time, and it has luster as if it's real pearls. Now, this is a certain style, and if this was just your regular costume jewelry faux pearl necklace, I probably wouldn't even pick it up. And if I did, I'd be selling it for like $12 or $15. But because it's a very rare Spidel piece, it starts at $50. And if I had on, it would hit me right about here. It's got the safety chain, so I don't want to mess with it. But let me tell you, drop. And it's going to take a collector to want this. And I know that. So I will be bringing it back for a while. Excuse me. It's about a 10-inch, maybe a touch more drop. So it's 20 inches without the little clasp, all the way around with a 10-inch drop. So the ones I usually are about here. So it's probably right about here. So it's a good size. And there you are. That's a collector's piece. And that is why, and it is rare, and that is why it's $50. To the right collector of Spidel vintage, this would go for a lot more. Look it up online and see, look at the history and see if you can find anything on it. It's just the only thing you can find is the history of Spidel, but you can't really find any of their costume jewelry because they went in and out of it really fast. Because they made watches and watch bands, so They were like, yeah, no, that's not going to work out. Oh, y'all, I did this one already. I've done a lot. What should I do? Caper hanging. What? I don't even know what I said. And when I wrote something, I don't even know what I wrote. Okay. Let's do the. No, I wrote this down, but I don't see it. Let's try this. I appreciate anyone who is here. Thank you. But I am going to end in 2 hours, which is in 18 minutes. Because, it's a jewelry day, I guess. And it is hard, when I normally do my just big marathon show and tell jewelry on Fridays and then switch it up on y'all to Wednesdays. That's difficult, and I appreciate anyone who came in is rolling with me with that. That's all I can ask. And I've been very blessed to have some really great sales in the last few weeks, so I'm not complaining. Okay, so I believe this to be an 80s or 90s piece, starting bid 20. I love it anyway. It is a huge hollow, excuse me, puppy heart rhinestone necklace with this and the pendant. The rhinestones are done really well, considering that it's probably from the 80s, maybe the 70s, maybe even the 60s, and someone put a new finding and a new chain. It's possible. It's possible. This one, because the stones are so good. Look at that. Silver tone. Here's the side view. It's very thick. And here is where they cut out hearts on the back to let the light shine through on the stones in the front. It doesn't open like a locket. I thought that would have been really cool, but it doesn't. It's probably a little over a 1/4 inch thick. The rhinestones are from very tiny to quite large. Now, the reason why I get a sense that, so here, let's parse this out. So the back with the cutout hearts and that metal, it's almost more like machine punched, right? So that says later to me. But, excuse me, the stones are still nicer quality. This jump ring, excuse me, allergies, sorry. This jump ring does not match any of this metal, and I don't believe it was the original jump ring. I believe that this heart was on a different jump ring and they put it on this. They don't match. They don't match. The chain, a nice modern, silver tone chain. It likely is the original chain, but I just don't think that jump ring is, because it's got the swirls, the metal. It's just different. Here is the end. It has hold on, wiggling around. Stop wiggling around. Has a lobster claw style clasp. And about a 2-inch extender. It's very large. It's very bold. It's very nice. It is a very nice piece. The heart itself is 1.5 inches. And the chain length is long. It's very long. Very 80s. 14 without the 2-inch extender. So altogether, 28 inches with the 2-inch extender makes 30 inches. With the heart drop of 1.5, you do the math. So it's long. It's long. It's gorgeous. See? Okay. Okay, so here's what I do. I still have numerous gorgeous things, and I brought, some high priced, to be fair. I've hit you all with to be fair, I've hit you all with high prices today for the most part. And I know that. And so you're not there. It's not what you want. It's not what you want to spend. And I'm okay with that. But I want to stop showing all of it because I have some really nice pieces left. And I'd like it to be a surprise. And the things, all those, 20 items that I showed, they're going to be coming back. So I don't want to spoil all the surprise. So what I'm going to do right now is tell you, if you came in and you saw an item that you're interested in, please drop it in the chat. If you went to my community tab and you looked at the 5 photos put up, or maybe it was 4, and you see an item in there that you're interested in and you want to know the price, then now is the time to drop it in the chat and I will show it to you. There are some things that were not in those photos that I brought that, some are inexpensive. Others are, the higher end expensive. But you can put it in because I don't do recaps. Anyone that's new here, I don't do recaps. So I need you, if you're interested, you've got a couple minutes to talk to me. Tell me your week, tell me your life, tell me what you're going to do this weekend, and or drop something that you're interested in the chat, and we'll take it from there. And then I'm going to be signing off and having a much needed vacation. And let me just put this out there again. Please pray for Tanya and her family of my jewelry addiction. Okay. And if you know her, please go and you're subscribed to her. Please go and read her community tab. Please and thank you. I would really appreciate it. Okay, well, y'all, time. Ticket, time. Anyone remember that from the 80s? 70s? Know what group it is? Got it. Says to this. on. Yeah, earthbound. Yep, 100% earthbound. Okay. Well, that's it. I love you all. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you, my friends. And if I do a pop-up, I will announce it hopefully within 2 days of doing it. But I might just get bored next week and spontaneously pop up, but it will not be not this Friday and not next Friday. Nope. So I love you. Thank you. Thank you for supporting my small business. If you're watching this on the replay and there's something you're interested in, it is available until the middle of next week. Please email me and let me know what it was. If you leave it in the comments, I'll probably see it, but it's better to just send me an email. Okay? And Earthbound, honey, do you want that to be mailed out to you this week, or can you wait? That's the last thing I'm going to say this sale. Please let me know. Earthbound, or you can also email me and just tell me, Earthbound, if you want to wait or if you want me to email it, so you can get it and wear it on your little gown. So just let me know. Okay. Everyone have a wonderful time. I'll be thinking of all of you. Okay. And peace.